I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and she was panicking after hearing about the changes to Medicare in 2026. She thought that she was going to be losing benefits, and honestly, a lot of what she said was true. So I made this breakdown of the top 10 changes to Medicare for 2026. Five of them are going to be great and helpful. The other five will definitely hurt you if you don't plan ahead. If you benefit from the information here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you send it to someone that might be able to benefit from this as well. All right, so let's get into it. We'll start off with the positives, then we'll get into the top 5 changes to Medicare that could really hurt you in 2026 if you're not prepared. So, number one, there are going to be stronger Medicare Advantage protections for Medicare beneficiaries. What this means is that in the past, what used to happen is you could end up getting a pre-authorization for a operation, go into the hospital, get it taken care of, and then later be denied. This is something that will no longer be the case in 2026. Once you're approved, you're approved. Number two, automatic renewal for the prescription payment plan. Now, what this is if your prescriptions were really, really high, what you could do is take a monthly payment that you're going to make every single month to make sure that you pay off the entirety of your prescription medications. Now, the cap last year was $2,000. So looking back to 2025, we'll talk about 2026 in a minute. Basically, if you knew that your prescriptions were going to hit that max, whether it's the first, second, third, fourth month, you could spread that across 12 months. Now you'll be automatically renewed for that for 2026. So if you're already in the plan, you don't have to worry about that for 2026. Number three, negotiated prices for drugs finally kick in. So this is going to affect those of you that have really, really high prescriptions that are in those top 10. We'll go through those on another video. But basically, that those have now been negotiated down, so you can expect to pay less for your prescriptions on a month-to-month basis going into 2026. Number four, in 2026, there's going to be stronger data and appeals rules. This is going to be really important for any of you that are going to have expensive procedures coming up in 2026. A lot of times, what can end up happening is you may apply for a procedure to be approved and it can get denied over and over again. Or you may just got denied once and thought that was the end of the story. I personally helped my mom out with something like that where she was denied, and I told her just keep submitting it over and over again, not to go into her retirement to pay for it, and it ended up getting approved. Well, now in 2026, those rules are going to be even clearer, and the carriers are going to be required to give more information to make it easier to help get those types of procedures approved. And then number five, more outpatient surgeries are going to be added to the list of approved procedures for Medicare. So a lot of times you would have had to get things done in a hospital. That was very inconvenient for a lot of people. Now there's going to be even more procedures that can be done in outpatient surgery facilities. So that's going to make it a lot easier for others, and it can also bring down the overall cost of the operation as well if you can get it done outpatient rather than having to get it done inpatient. So those are going to be the 5 things that are going to help you out. Now let's talk about the 5 things that can really hurt you if you're not prepared. Number 6, the Part D out-of-pocket cost cap is going to increase from $2,000 to $2,100. Again, the way that worked last year is if you hit $2,000 out of pocket for your prescription medications, you didn't have to pay anything else the rest of the year. This year, it's going up by $100. Number 7, the premium stabilization buffer is going to shrink. All that really means is that premiums could go up for you in 2026. Number 8, and this is going to be a big one, is fewer Medicare Advantage and Part D options are going to be available in 2026. So if you're on a great plan and you loved it, that plan may be going away. Carriers are having to readjust because of all of the changes for 2026. And what they're doing a lot of times is they're cutting networks. They're also pulling plans off the market completely. And some carriers are leaving the market altogether. So if you really love your plan, don't count on it to be there in 2026. Make sure you get a review anyway, just to make sure that you're able to have the same coverage that you had in 2025. Number 9, premium and deductible increases. This is where it really starts to hurt the pocketbook. So what's happening in 2026 and what we're seeing across the board is there are $0 premium plans that are now having premiums on them. Those that have premiums are increasing in cost. And then deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums are going up as well. Now, these can really hurt your pocketbook, especially if you're on a fixed income. There are things that can be done to help cover those costs, but you want to make sure that you get with someone. If it's not me, get with somebody to help you navigate this. Don't try to go through it on your own. And number 10, one of the biggest changes to 2026 really affects those that are lower income. And there's a lot of them, especially since most of you that are on Medicare are on fixed incomes and may have Medicare and Medicaid. And that came from the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It struck again and it hit Medicare hard. Now, two major things happened here. One is that there's a moratorium, or basically a pause, on all the plans that were in the works to really help you as far as covering copays and covering out of pocket costs and covering premiums going into 2026. All that got put on hold. The other thing is, it still looks like, with the current rules that were put into effect, that in order to qualify for Medicaid, you'll have to meet a minimum work requirement. So for some of you that are on Medicare and Medicaid, you may have to start working. Some are saying 20 hours a week, just so that you can now stay on your dual eligible plans. And these are the plans that are for Medicare and Medicaid. So there's going to be a lot of changes going into 2026. It's a scary time, but it doesn't mean that you have to go through it alone. You can reach out. There'll be a link in the description below. We can have a one-on-one talk. Those talks are free. More than happy to help you find a plan that is a good fit for you and your family. The last thing that you want to do is try to go it alone and be caught off guard when one of these changes affects you or maybe one of your parents. I hope this information helps. If you know somebody that this might benefit, please, again, go ahead, share it, like, comment, subscribe. It helps get the information in front of more people. You have a great rest of your day.